G'day, Mike Barb here, Barbegunya Workshop. Just a little project I'm doing for a friend of mine. It's a 1911 Napier Car that his great-grandfather bought brand new, and it's been in the same family for 111 years. It's been beautifully restored a few years ago by Bill's dad, who passed away last year, but the family's got it still in, Bill's looking after it at the moment. These two lamps are kerosene lamps, and they're just the little clearance lamps that go up near the windscreen on the just off the cowl, and they're held on by a couple of brackets. They're the front headlights are carbide, acetylene type headlights, beautiful big brass ones like these. These will polish up, but the problem is that you can see this little clamping arrangement here, that the bracket comes up through there. This thumb screw goes up and tightens it on, and that wing nut locks it all. Unfortunately, in the last couple of years, they've lost one of those assemblies. So I had a look at it and I thought, I can make you another one. It'll be 5/16 24 TPI. Well, it wasn't. It's 9/30 seconds 24 TPI, and that's not a common thread. 9/30 seconds is normally, in fine, British standard fine is normally 26 threads per inch. So our options became quite simple. We're going to make two anyway. This one has a straight knurl, and I haven't got a straight knurler, so I'm going to use a diamond knurl. And as you can see, I've made one, and we opted to go out to 5/16 24 TPI. So that middle piece, the bolt part and the big flange on the end is made out. I just made it out of stainless because I had some, and then I just got some brass stock and knurled it, touched it up, did the counter bore for the stainless to go into, and then parted it off, and then I pressed and Loctited the brass onto the stainless, and that gave me opportunity to chuck it here and put that feature on it. So I've done one, and it's got to look all right. I've just got to do the other one. That's a pretty simple build, that. The other part that I want to do, because I don't want to destroy this one, and because I can't match it anyway, so I've got to make that wing nut. So I've just I looked around. I had some brass hex stock, so somewhere lurking in those two bits of brass is two wing nuts like that. I think what I'll do is chuck it in the four-jaw and establish the that bottom flange and the hull, and then turn it round in the four-jaw and put this feature in, and then I'll hand finish it to put the wings on it. So go and put the four-jaw on the little Hafco, and we'll get started, and I'll do an update. Yeah, we're back over. We're set up with the four-jaw to make the rest of our clamping arrangement for the 1911 Napier headlights. So this is the next bit we've got to make, is this this wing nut, and I've got the piece of brass stock chucked up in there. I measured and put a centre in. This was originally a casting, so it's not there's no critical measurements, just the drill for 5/16 24, tapping drill for that, and I'll establish that first, and then I'll do the back half. Then I'll be able to flip it over in the four-jaw and use that hole to true it up to do the operation on the other side. So we'll get stuck into the first part. Well, 3 hours later from when you saw me chuck the other piece of this into the four-jaw, this is what we've ended up with. There was some lathe, some of this was taken out with the lathe and some with the mill, and the rest is by hand. So we've had success on one, There's the that's the original that didn't get lost, but it's the wrong thread. And there's the first new one. Now I've just got to repeat the whole process. Well, I'm just about to ring Bill and tell him to come and pick his parts up. Just to recap on the job we've done on the Napier 1911 Napier Car clearance lights. So, as we said, we started with that as a sample, and we've decided to make two. So the first order of things was to make the bolt and the flange, which was made out of that piece of stainless. The second part was to make the brass cap to turn the bolt out of that piece of brass. And the next operation was to make the wing nuts out of a piece of brass stock like that. So it's all come together. They all work. We've drilled out these two holes to 5/16 24 TPI, which is 5/16 UNF or BSF, same thing, or close enough. And job's done. So thanks for watching, and we'll have some more videos, some more projects as they come along, and I'll get all this stuff back so we can get it polished up for the family reunion they've got coming up in the next week or so. Thanks for watching.